If you've scrolled online, gotten neck deep on the For You page, or even watched television at some point within the past year, I'm sure you've noticed something. There is this bewildering phenomenon that everyone looks the same. Why does everyone, everyone have to look the same? Here's a quick test. Are these girls the same person? How about these? Well, what if I told you that these were 6 different influencers? If that's the case, how is it that they actually look the exact same, if not sisters? What about Megan Fox, Kylie Jenner, and Kim Kardashian? They're literally starting to look identical. You scroll through Instagram or TikTok, or you look at the celebrities sitting there on the red carpet, and they all look like carbon copies of each other. Same curated outfits, same facial contours, same hairstyles, even that same pouty lip. The lip is so pouty.
But imagine how tired we are.
Guys, it's getting weird at this point. Like, it's freaking me out.
Why does everybody look exactly the same? I saw a video this morning from this creator who left New York City before TikTok became popular. She moved back after TikTok was popular. And she noted that the vibe of the city was completely different. Everybody looked the same. They ate in the same restaurants. They wore the same shoes. They had the same hairstyle. Now, this obviously depends greatly upon what community you're a part of, but she's not wrong. Not only that, this isn't limited to New York City. This is every major city globally. Gia Tolentino is an author and essayist, and she wrote a piece for The New Yorker about Instagram face. I actually have her book right there. It's called Trick Mirror. She was talking about the effects of social media and Instagram on our personal appearances. She was basically stating that everyone's getting the same nip tucks to optimize their face for social media, so everyone's starting to physically look alike.
This is exactly what we're talking about today. How did we even get here? Why is it so hard to find unique styles or unique faces anymore? And is there any way that we can escape this era of copy-paste beauty? Today, we are diving so deep into the why behind the death of unique beauty. We'll talk about the evolution of beauty norms over the past century, how celebrity culture has forced the same beauty mold onto everyone, and why the average person nowadays is starting to merge into a single homogenous look. Ladies and gentlemen, let's buckle up because this is about to be a wild ride. Before we talk about how we ended up with an army of lookalikes, literally the fembots from Austin Powers, let's do a quick journey through the last couple of years. Back in the 1990s, you had supermodels like Cindy Crawford and Naomi Campbell showing off very healthy and toned bodies. But what competed around the same time was that very edgy Kate Moss heroine chic look. Thin, waifish, dark under eyes, you know the whole deal, especially very minimal makeup. After a while, the heroine chic aesthetic was called out for its promotion of drug use as well as extreme thinness, so people started digging even deeper into that supermodel look. At the turn of the century, absolute icons dominated, such as Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, as well as Lindsay Lohan. The big look was low-rise jeans, yes, the ones that kind of hover right above your hip bones, my love handles could never, and a flat toned stomach, over-tweezed eyebrows, and very frosty lip gloss. You guys all remember that time. And don't forget spray tans. No, it's literally this. It's giving, what is that Jersey Shore quote? The dogs are out. We gotta get on the shore. It's giving 90s there. And it was around this time that we actually saw the rise of body shaming. Paparazzi-fueled tabloids created a wave of body shaming, as well as the immense amount of scrutiny towards female celebrities. As the internet started to become more and more advanced, articles would start popping up even faster. So every new outfit, makeup look, and even cosmetic surgery was literally plastered right in front of your eyes. I can't even believe some of these. 3 bimbos of the apocalypse. Dopey, bashful, and sleepy. Way too thin, talking about one of the Olsen twins. I cannot believe these were once published. This is crazy. Britney, totally trash-tastic. I'm blown away. Of course, advancements in science made it so that models could now get lip fillers, facelifts, butt implants, you name it. And in the 2010s, curves are back, but with a twist. Tiny waist, large hips, shapely butt, full lips, and very contoured cheeks. Now, those same tabloids are now being completely replaced by social media, which is even faster at getting out the latest news and trends. There were literal hashtags popping up left and right of Kim Kardashian when she got her bleach blonde hair, and I swear I saw more people reporting on it before I ever saw her even post it. It takes no time for the news to really spread like wildfire. Now, we're currently in the 2020s and things have sped up even faster. TikTok makes it so that we can see the latest trends before they even start gaining traction. We're in an era where one single silhouette is copied and then replicated all over the internet. Everybody's looking for the exact same face shape with the exact same facial contours, pouty lips, contoured cheeks, big bushy brows, cat eye lifts, you name it. So it's pretty obvious that these beauty norms are never stable and they constantly change with the times. Some trends become really big and then they only end up up lasting a week. Do you guys remember all of those trends that Hailey Bieber started to popularize, like cinnamon cookie butter hair? What did that last a week? Is anybody doing that still? I don't know. But right now, we are in a particularly intense wave where globalization and social media have fused to create a single monolithic standard that's making us toss away our true individuality. We're like robots being pumped out looking the exact same. And it's mainly due to social media. Snapchat started the face filter trend, Instagram made it popular, and then TikTok took it mainstream. These insane, hyper-realistic filters narrow your nose, plump your lips, heighten your eyebrows, literally anything a girl could want in today's day and age. Sure, it's fun for the moment, and maybe it'll give you a quick laugh, but guess what? Everyone's pictures end up having the exact same digital enhancement. Over time, the line between your real face and your filtered appearance actually starts to blur. Just check out the bold glamour filter fiasco. There was a TikTok filter that became incredibly popular called the bold glamour filter, and people were gawking at it for literally months because it drastically changes your appearance. It gives you this contoured, airbrushed look, the fox eyes, the big lips, and it just blurs your pores to the netherworld. New filter versus reality. So you can see, we're watching her literally be snatched. She's going, hello? Hello, snatch? Gorge? Let's see reality. Unique. Like her face, the way that it is naturally beautiful and unique.
Today I learned that this new viral beauty filter was created using machine learning. Unlike traditional beauty filters that use an augmented 3D face mesh that is overlaid on top of your face, filters like Bold Glamour, Teenage Look, uses a machine learning tech called GAN, meaning every pixel on your face is regenerated and then outputted after referencing another data set of images, which is why the filter looks so realistic. That is all.
It's crazy. What are you talking about? Is it some sort of AI? It's literally getting in our faces. So this is the whole tragedy. I look like a completely different person. Stop. When you look at her with this bold glamour filter, it's like, wow. What a difference. Like, if you wanted a catfish, now is the time to catfish. And then suddenly everybody's using this filter. If you hashtag bold glamour filter on TikTok, it will come up with over 150,000 videos of people using this filter. And it usually pushes some pretty toxic beauty trends.
I'm a facial plastic surgeon, and I'm breaking down why everyone looks so damn good with this filter.
No, because what her video fails to acknowledge is the fact that this filter doesn't look so good on everybody. It looks so good on people who start off with traditionally soft feminine faces. And that's because by our Western beauty standards, it would seem that increased angularity lends itself to increased beauty until we hit the threshold that is masculinity. So when you start off with a softer, more feminine face and you make it a little bit more angular with things that this filter does, it does make the person appear more beautiful by those standards. But if you start off with a face like mine that's already very angular and very much dancing the line of masculinity because of the square jaw, the high forehead. And that doesn't mean I think it's unattractive. It's just very masculine. And then you make it even more masculine by like emphasizing the angularity of those features, which is what this filter does. Then bam, I am Lord Farquaad, I am Fabio, and I don't want to look like that.
It makes me look like handsome Squidward. I look like a drag queen. So basically we're so beautiful it just doesn't work on us. Yay. You guys would hate to see me coming with the bold glamour filter on this mug? No, don't even try me. You guys wouldn't last a minute. I swear I am the bold glamour filter final boss. I did contour a little today though, like that's my fault. And that's another reason why beauty trends can spread so quickly through social media. Social media algorithms reward what's popular. So if a certain specific look does really well, every single person starts to replicate it so that they can also get those sweet likes. More likes means more visibility, which means more people see this look and then begin to instantly copy that look. It's an endless feedback loop and it has happened again and again. Do you guys remember the e-girl look? How about the clean girl look? Yeah, all of those trends have come and gone because of TikTok's crazy amount of trends, trending topics, trending videos, and trending content. Every single time there's a new trend, it feels like everybody needs to copy each other. I mean, truthfully, tell me the difference between these three girls. If I looked at them very quickly, I would believe that they were the exact same person. If anything, if I looked at them for a couple seconds longer, maybe I think they were just sisters. Okay, so we've talked about how everybody's starting to look like a carbon copy of each other. But there is a huge piece of this puzzle that we're not covering yet, and that is the aesthetic overload. With any medical procedure, there's always risk. But what happens if something goes wrong due to negligence? Who's there to protect you? What if you're in the operating room for a facelift, and due to a slip up, a nurse accidentally damages a nerve in your face, leaving you with permanent facial weakness? Navigating the aftermath of a medical mishap can be extremely overwhelming. Traditional injury firms often make it harder with endless paperwork, time-consuming processes, and the headache of scheduling appointments. That's why it is so important to have somebody on your side who understands understands these challenges and makes the process as smooth and transparent as possible. That's where Morgan & Morgan comes in. As America's largest injury law firm, they have over 1,000 attorneys operating in all 50 states. And when you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions. Morgan & Morgan don't settle for lowball offers. They fight for every dollar you deserve. Just recently, they achieved some significant verdicts for their clients. $12 million in Florida, that is 34 times the highest insurance offer. And $26 million in Philadelphia, which was 40 times the highest insurance offer. With Morgan & Morgan, there is no upfront cost, and the fee is absolutely free unless you win. And it only takes a few minutes to find out if you have a case. If you've ever been seriously injured, your case could be worth millions, and you're only a few clicks away from potentially changing your life. It's so easy to start your claim now. You can visit forthepeople.com/Lael in the description, or simply scan the QR code on the screen here with your phone's camera. Thank you so much to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring this video. Suddenly, everything is labeled as an aesthetic. Whether it's cottagecore, dark academia, Y2K, soft girl, clean girl, dirty girl, that's me. Each aesthetic comes with a preset shopping list, a color palette, and even a playlist to get you right into the mood. Here are some examples of cottagecore. Oh, we're layering a free people skirt. I seen that one online. Super cute. Oh, it's kind of the vibe. It's really cute. I love a sage green. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm eating it up. And it goes #cottagecore outfits. How about this one? Found the summer cottagecore dresses of my dreams. Now, I don't know how popular cottagecore is now, but my God, last summer, that is all I saw. Girls cosplaying as innocent beings when I know you were out doing shots last night. You don't need to cover it up with an aesthetic. I know what you are.
Now, come on now.
I'm just kidding. Do all the shots you want. Now take a look at dark academia and soft girl. At first glance, these aesthetics might seem super duper different, but once one of them goes viral and it has created this mass amount of followers that are also into that same aesthetic, everybody starts to look the exact same. TikTok and Instagram push these aesthetics right to the forefront of your For You page, creating different communities where they all are completely obsessed with this current aesthetic. Like, don't even get me started on the aesthetics wiki. I didn't even know that existed until this video. That is a whole rabbit hole to fall right into, and I'm not going personally. The problem is, once these aesthetics start trending, it becomes very easy for people to copy and paste that entire look right into their lives. People buy the same decor, the same outfits, the same accessories, all to fit into that one specific vibe. Don't even get me started on the all-white home aesthetic. Ugh, it's depressing. It's giving hospital. I am not a fan of that one. Instead of building your own personal style completely from scratch with things that you like and you find throughout your life, buying a couch because you think it's adorable, not because your favorite influencer has it, we follow this ready-made package like it's the Bible. And let's not mention the massive overconsumption problem that these aesthetics push. It is awful. Scroll long enough under the that girl hashtag on TikTok and you will come across tons and tons of product placements. Same with the cottagecore or the vintage tags or the dark academia tags. Companies are preying on you because they know that the girlies want to find new clothes, new home decor, and new makeup to fit their newest aesthetic. So here you've got a girl doing a big fat Amazon unboxing, and you can see in the background she's got her pink headphones, her pink picture. Now she's unboxing a pink cup, and we got pink things out of our butts. And what does it say down below? Amazon unboxing hashtag clean girl aesthetic. How about this one? Unboxing the best dresses for fall. I gotta take an intermission. These are the cutest these dresses, you guys, catch me in these Nosferatu vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is the new aesthetic. Nosferatu, I'm giving my soul to a vampire. That is so slay. And what do the hashtags say? Hashtag aesthetic, hashtag vintage, hashtag aesthetic videos, hashtag vintage vibes, hashtag vintage clothes. Do you see what I'm saying? If you love moody, vintage, old world, gothic, dark academia, whimsical vibes. Okay, oh, she's giving us the aesthetic Sherwin Williams paint swatches. Oh, and all linked to her Amazon storefront so she can make a coin. A link to items can be found in the bio under my Amazon storefront. I've spent countless hours finding unique pieces for my home. I know this will come in handy for the right person. Do you know where you find unique pieces for your home? Take a guess. At a real vintage store. At a vintage mall, at an antique store. My mom is obsessed with antiques. Do you think you find antiques, milk glass, Like, do you think you find them on Amazon? Do you think you find them on this girl's Amazon storefront? No, you don't. If you actually cared about that, you would be going out and you would be finding it for yourself because it exists out there, not online where you're paying to put coin in someone else's pocket. No matter amount of Amazon storefront things you buy, an Amazon vase, it will never give vintage, whimsical, goth, old world unless you're buying it from an old world antique store. And then when you spend so little in order to fit into some sort of aesthetic where you're buying all the things because everybody else is buying them on Amazon, it feels very easy to throw all of those cheap things away, all because they're from Shein, AliExpress. You didn't spend much to actually acquire those items. So switching up your aesthetic anytime you want is totally easy. Hence why it is so scary with overconsumption. Now, you'd think people with absolute unlimited amount of resources, such as A-list celebrities, very famous and wealthy makeup influencers, even trust fund influencers, Nepo babies, would have the kind of resources to be able to create a unique style and wear and do whatever it is that they want. But ironically, the more money you have, the more you end up chasing this luxury standard that everybody else is going after. If you go right now and you scroll on your feed, you might end up seeing a bunch of influencers with the same designer bag, like a classic Chanel flap or maybe an Hermes Birkin, and it could be on 100 different girlies that are on your TikTok. Once upon a time, these items were very, very rare, and now every single influencer has them. Now, recently I've done a lot of research on designer bags because I love leather bags, I love leather goods, I love quality, and I love when I find something that is tanned in a way that I've never seen in a really long time. Coach is doing an incredible job right now. But the more you research, you realize that Chanel's quality has completely plummeted, and also their stock price is very, very high. So you are buying in to look like everybody else while buying really terrible quality. Now, the same goes for clothes. Celebrities wear head-to-toe designer fits, but they blend together because they're from the same handful of luxury brands that everyone thinks is high fashion in the mainstream. Some argue that street style, DIY, thrifting is literally our last fighting chance. That was the only way for us to keep a smidge of our individuality alive. Girls, now that Shein exists.
If Shein has it. Oh, I really need this. $10. I can get a pack of 20 on Shein. This is really pretty. $100. I can get it for $10 on Shein. Oh my god, I seen this exact one on Shein. I swear I saw this on Shein for $1.
Don't say it, you guys. Where was her Louis bag from Shein too? Damn. Respectfully, you guys, if you have not watched my deep dive Temu video, you guys have to watch that because I get into so many of the reasons why you should absolutely never shop at Shein or Temu. Click here to go and watch that now. Me after accidentally discovering that the Shein method. This is crazy. Are they all ripoffs? Everybody just loves overconsumption. High-end Shein hack vendor list. Zara, my ha. I don't even want to show that. You're not helping anybody. What about all the incredible designers that create amazing spring-summer collections with gorgeous dresses coming down the runway and then Aritzia dupes it but like 7 months later? How is that even allowed?
Do you care about the slaves making your clothes? The Cut released an article about the largest fast fashion company, Shein, and a journalist posing as a fake worker filmed inside the factories that supply to the fast fashion giant. In one factory, they found that workers receive a base salary of 4,000 yuan, which is $556 per month, to make 500 pieces of clothing per day, and their first month's pay is withheld from them. In another factory, workers received the equivalent to 4 cents per item. Workers in both factories were found to be working up to 18 hours per day, and they only get 1 day off per month.
1 day off a month? Okay, I know the girlies would not support that. If I went and said to the girlies, you're only allowed to have 1 day off a month, they'd go, I could never. That could never be me. I'm a queen. I'm a princess. Okay, then how are we still supporting these brands? How do you think they get these prices so cheap?
People are sick of fast fashion, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm a stylist, and I help the everyday woman. I don't help celebrities. I don't help influencers. I help women who live on planet Earth and who recognize that we live in a recession and people are struggling to pay their bills. Prior to COVID, we were living in this influencer era where everyone was promoting the next best thing. They were talking about buy this off Amazon, buy that off Amazon. And I think that people were more inclined to ride the carousel of trends versus after COVID, people completely changed how they thought about their style and fashion because 1, they're working from home, and 2, they have less frequent social outings. People now care more about quality over quantity, whereas before quantity was more important than quality. And I see a a lot of videos that talk about, well, the quality has just gone down in the last 5 years. And I actually disagree. I think it's just that people have woken up to recognizing bad quality pieces in the stores and they're holding brands accountable for it.
Ironically, people with fewer resources actually completely rely on their creativity. Mixing thrifted pieces, crocheting and knitting their own clothes, it is absolutely iconic. I love it.
Hey guys, welcome back to my series called Thrift with Thursdays, where I take you along with me while we upcycle something. I thrifted this blue sparkly dress. It's not the most flattering on me, so let's turn it into a dancing dress.
The truth is, you can make something so incredible with a little bit of elbow grease, but no, the girlies want to spend 20 cents on Shein. Are you kidding? Wait, I need to see the end. Are you? And the truth is, nothing is of that quality. She just created something that she'll have for a really long time, or until she wants to donate it and keep it in the cyclical world, keep it a cyclical fashion. Now, because of girlies like this who take things and flip them and are actually creative with their wardrobe, they're able to create this vibe that absolutely nobody can replicate. That's actual style in a world of copycats. I can't even tell you guys, when I was making music, I was very creative with my style. I'll put up some pictures here to show you guys. I wore some of the craziest clothes that I took from the thrift store and I hand painted on them, or I sewed on them, and I had no real understanding of sewing. I didn't know much, but I've obviously loved fashion my entire life, and I just decided to create items that I thought were special and unique instead of wearing something that every other artist is wearing or every other person, and I could not afford. I still would never, like a Louis Vuitton tracksuit or a Gucci flip-flop. I could never. It just wasn't me, and I wanted to be unique, and I wanted to put my best foot forward and show myself in a very honest way. On top of makeup and style, cosmetic procedures as well as plastic surgery is another huge factor as to why we're honestly starting to resemble each other. Not too long ago, you guys have to remember, these procedures did not pop up. Nobody talked about them. The idea of Botox, facelifts, nose jobs were extremely taboo. It was a total scandal and not something that anyone would ever casually admit to. But now the culture has completely shifted. Influencers are so open that they are vlogging their procedures, sharing the entire process and the recovery on TikTok, which you guys understand. You guys know I love that transparency. It's also a great way to fish for views and clout because people are gawking at the things that you're posting. Okay, we're getting a nose transformation. Oh my, okay, this is the flippy tip, girl. This is that flippy nose. Now this has 3.6 million likes. Do you know how many of the girlies are going, I see that nose, I want that nose? How about this one? Signed to get a chemical peel. I'm filming getting it directly after. Now I want a chemical peel. I want my skin to peel off because look at how glamorous and beautiful she looks. Platforms like TikTok also show a ton of people traveling abroad. Think Turkey for rhinoplasties or Brazil for BBLs, mostly because it's cheaper there. Suddenly, going under the knife is treated like a casual vacation with an entire vlog attached to it. Come get new yitties with me. This has 235,000 likes. Okay. Oh. Okay, whole vlog. We're showing the whole process about yitties. Surgery success. Somebody comments, can you show the results? Can you do a pricing, please? Can you show us the results? Obviously, it's a man. Ugh. Get out of here. Get out of here. What was the total cost? How was the pain? What CCs did you go for? Want it so bad, but I'm so scared. All these people watching want the same thing.
I'm in Turkey, and I just got a BBL done, a breast lift and implants, a tummy tuck, and lipo to all areas of my body. And I'm telling you that this is the most excruciating pain I've ever been through. I've had 3 bags of morphine and I can still feel absolutely everything.
Now, just because all of these social media stars are going to Turkey, they're going to Brazil, going and getting a nip, flip, tubby tuck, tip up, and what? You don't need to commit to some full-blown medical procedure. You can just stroll to your local med spa and get a little bit of Botox or a little bit of filler, just like your favorite influencer. We're talking 30 minutes in and out, no downtime, and you'll look like every other person. And especially, my gosh, you guys, like the same lips, the same Botox, the same lip flip, all of these procedures that spread all over social media, they end up being on the girlies down the street. I see the same looking girls all of the time. Of all of the trends that blew up in the 2010s, I truly think that the Brazilian butt lift stands out. It instantly gives you this crazy hip to waist ratio that Kim Kardashian essentially popularized. And despite it being one of the riskier cosmetic procedures, people still flock to it with very, very high rates of fatality. And I wonder why, because at one point it was all the rage to look a certain way. It's not that cosmetic procedures are inherently bad. They can boost confidence or even address long-held insecurities. But when an entire society begins to mold mold itself into the exact same template, we lose the beautiful variety of human features. And there's this insane influence that backs these procedures where you kind of start to ask yourself, am I getting this procedure for me, or am I doing it because my favorite influencer did and I want to look like her? This is how the surgery boom has completely fueled the everyone looks the same phenomenon. And there is some very, very deep science and psychology as to why this is happening to our society. We ask ourselves, if individuality is so cool, why does everybody constantly want to look the same? Well, humans are social creatures. We want to belong. Historically, conforming to certain beauty standards meant higher social status or better marriage prospects. Even though we glorify the idea of uniqueness, most people are very scared to stand out. Criticism, bullying, or even feeling like you look kind of weird pushes people back into the arms of the mainstream. Back in 1951, psychologist Solomon Asch found that people would knowingly give the wrong answer to a simple line test if everyone else in the group gave the same wrong answer. Why? Because standing out feels uncomfortable even if you know that you're right. We conform for two main reasons. Normative influence is when you try to fit in to avoid disapproval. Informational influence is when you start thinking maybe they know something that I don't. On social media, both can play a big role. We see a trending look and we think if everyone's doing it, I should probably do it too. A 2012 study in the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology found that the fear of negative evaluation can make people feel more likely to mimic others' behaviors or appearances. So if you're worried about being judged, you just move with the tide and do what everyone else is doing. This is why I always spend so much time making these videos about plastic surgery, because I understand that when people see massive celebrities all over the world getting BBLs or facelifts, they have no idea how incredibly dangerous those procedures are, and they go ahead and do them without actually understanding all of the risks. When you're flying off the high of looking as hot as somebody else, you might completely neglect how fragile our bodies are, and that we really need to think about every single thing we do to them, and that every decision, no matter how small, even if to you it's just a little bit of lip filler, it does require a little bit of thought. We crave likes, comments, and shares. If the whole clean girl aesthetic is getting hundreds of thousands of likes on TikTok, we might replicate it and try to get the same result. That is how this cycle repeats over and over again. Research shows that receiving likes and positive comments on social media activates the brain's reward centers, releasing dopamine. That feel-good chemical can be completely addictive. If wearing the trendy outfit or hairstyle gets you likes, we'll do it again and again. And I'm sure you're thinking on the other side of the screen, well, it's okay if you conform because you made these decisions yourself, so what's the harm? And sure, I'm literally not sitting here to tell you to stop playing with aesthetics or try different things for yourself to see what feels good. I'm not even here to tell you to avoid cosmetic surgeries, but I want you to always evaluate your choices. If there's anything that you take away from my channel, I hope that that's the number one thing. You might think that you chose that style, but the truth is your feed is very strategically curated. The algorithm shows you what's trending or different videos and products that it knows that you will engage with. The more you see a certain look, the more natural it seems, and it nudges you towards adopting that style. Ultimately, the desire to fit in isn't always negative. Humans are social animals, and belonging can actually create a feeling of support. The problem lies when we sacrifice our natural preferences just to avoid standing out. Understanding these psychological drives, fear of rejection, craving for social approval, and the subtle push of algorithms can help us see when we're acting under external pressure instead of an actual personal choice. All of this might sound like we're actually doomed to be clones, but the truth is we're just not obligated to follow the herd. Real individuality is possible. It just might take a little bit of guts and a little bit of time to carve out your own unique path. I remember when a lot of my friends started getting Botox and lip fillers, and it was a constant conversation piece a few years ago, and I was the one person who never did it. And to be honest, I am completely in a place where I am very grateful that I never chose to do those things. I had hummed and hawed about it a long time, never did any research, and really felt because I saw somebody who looked good with it that it was the right thing for me to do. And instead of doing that, I decided to put my time into making videos about it. You don't need to go ahead and delete every single app on your phone, but maybe just start limiting your immense amount of scroll time. I know that I could do the same. Maybe set a 1-hour timer or find a way to have the apps log you out after a certain time, because truthfully, the more time you spend on your own discovering things that you like, it's going to create a natural individuality to you. And whenever you are on social media, remember that you do not have to follow every single influencer on the planet or adopt every single one of their habits and their shopping habits and their personal style and the way that they style their hair. Honestly, just unfollow any of those accounts that kind of make you feel inadequate, because that happens. Fashion does not have to be fast, and you do not have to follow every single trend under the sun. Thrift stores, antique or vintage shops can be absolute treasure troves if you're into that stuff and you're willing to take a good look. You'll discover tons of items that aren't on every single person's wish list, that aren't on the Amazon must-haves and the like to know it's in the order from Revolve and give me a commission. That alone will completely set you apart. Plus, secondhand clothing is of course much more sustainable. It can reduce your carbon footprint and also really test your creativity, how you style different things. Are you sewing them? Are you making them different? There are a million ways to transform basic garments garments into your own unique style. Trust me, I've done it. At the end of the day, trends come and go, and they are constantly in cycles. Micro trends come now and they vanish within weeks. You don't have to buy into every single thing. Save your coin and save up for a house or something. It is far more valuable than stupid trinkets on Amazon. Just remember that no single beauty standard is permanent, and real individuality might really come to fruition once you step out of your comfort zone. You guys know I love you and I only want the best for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please go ahead and give it a big fat like and comment down below what you guys would like to see in the future. Every single time I get a thought, I want to share it with you guys. I want to hear what you guys have to say, and you guys always leave me the absolute best comments. If you enjoyed this video, you can go ahead and click here to find out why Temu is absolutely ruining your life, guys. You do not need to buy from Shein. You do not need to buy from Temu. You can go ahead and click here to find out why BBLs are so incredibly deadly. You just do not want the BBL. I love you guys so much, and I will see you very soon. Bye.